1944, but the books themselves are not worth much at all. So why did the bookseller go to all the trouble of shipping them here? So Tom went to the bookseller and asked him about it. The bookseller claimed that all his paperwork was legal, but he showed a look of panic. At that moment, the bookseller's lawyer approached him. Tom had no choice but to stop the questioning. However, when he came out, Tom learned that the bookseller had not contacted the lawyer at all. Tom felt bad. When he returned to the house again, the bookseller had already been silenced, so they had to look for clues in the books. Then Jerry found a blank page on the first page of each book, so they should be trying to forge something to print on this paper. Then Tom found a ticket to the archives in the bookseller's wallet, so the two of them went to the archives to investigate. After learning that the bookseller had indeed been here, and took pictures of the 1944 bond, Tom took out the book page and compared it to the book. It was a perfect match in size. The librarian said, although this bond is now worth $250,000, but the other 599 chapters were missing. This is the only one in existence. Jerry saw that the bond was a forgery, although the old dye was used on it, but the smell of ink is new. If you don't believe me, smell it. When the curator smelled it, he was dumbfounded. This is impossible. It turns out that the bookseller came to the archives twice before. The first time he took pictures of the bonds. He used it to forge the bonds. The second time he used the forged bonds to swap the real ones. In this way, as soon as they claim to have found the other 599 bonds, the archives will produce their own original bonds for comparison, and the ones in the archives have already been switched. Then the result comparison must be the same, so that they can exchange the huge amount of cash of $150 million. Next, Jerry had to find the person who forged the bonds as soon as possible. So he went to his best friend, Xiao Guang. After seeing such an elaborate bond forgery, she thought that such experts would usually sign their masterpieces, so as to show off their mastery of their craft. But then Jerry noticed through the magnifying glass that there were two letters CH on the bond. CH is the initials of forgery expert Charlie. At this time Charlie was renovating a church on 3rd Street, so the two Toms went to the church to find out what was going on.